Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Mother of Podcast, which should ideally be renamed as the Standing Podcast because Ruskin decides to do so. I'm joined by Barnila today, and this is also the first ever in-person physical podcast. Barnila, congratulations!
Wow.
She's a doctor. She's an anesthetist, if I said that right,
That's right.
in the United Kingdom, and she's a mother to a 2.5-year-old toddler, which I'm pretty sure is a big job title. And I've just come to realize that she's quite a fun person to be with. And Barnila, how is life? What's going on? What's happening?
I have not answered this question in a long time,
Yeah,
so I'll have to think about it. But life is good.
yeah,
That's what I will start with.
yeah.
Life is good. Life is busy, but I think with my ball of energy at home, it's always very energetic.
Yeah.
Even when I'm tired, it's a lot of energy going around in my house. So life is good. Yes,
Wow. I got to know that you have an Instagram page. Begin by telling us about that.
I do.
Yeah.
It's called Anesthesia Chronicles.
Okay.
It's a faceless Instagram page where I just post boring to laymen, but I just post anesthesia academic stuff.
Okay.
Like for people who are wasting time on Instagram, they can just waste time on my page and learn something. Yeah,
Wow.
it's exam oriented.
Okay.
It's a very niche, it's for anesthetists who are
Okay.
preparing for exams,
Okay.
FRCA. Yeah, but I have to be better at it. I'm not very regular at the moment.
That's okay. We'll probably put the link of your page in the description so that you're compelled to post more content on it. Um. So when we started talking about this podcast, we spoke about motherhood and everything, but I want to start talking to you about because before a mother, you're a woman, you were a girl. How has this journey of being a woman, because I'm a very recent mom, so I know that when the baby comes out, there are a lot of realizations that happen. These babies like they put up the mirror to your face, and then you realize a lot of things about yourself, about the world, and how you see the world, how the world sees you. How has that journey been for you? Was pregnancy for you an awakening sort of a thing? Was it planned? How was it? Take us through your pregnancy.
So, being an anesthetist, I actually do my on calls. My on calls are in maternity. So I do cesarean sections, anesthesia for cesarean sections. I do labor epidurals. So I mean, pregnancy was not a new thing for me. I knew what was going to happen. I mean, yeah, I knew what's going to happen and everything. This trimester, that is the physiological changes and all the bookish stuff. But when it happens to you, it's actually very different. But I would say it was not it was not unknown. So I was okay in pregnancy. It was not like, oh my God, what's just happened?
Happening?
So I was prepared. How pregnancy and motherhood has changed me, you just mentioned what people think about you and what you think of the world. I think I care about the world thinking something about me very less now. Yeah.
Oh wow. So yeah.
Go for that question.
Yeah. How has pregnancy changed you as a woman? And as a mother, of course, that's like the next question. But as a woman, how has it changed you? The worldview, especially.
The world view, how the world views me. Yeah, that's the part I care less about now after being a mother. Yeah, because I mean, I am so focused on my family and my baby and how to be a good parent and this and that, and my career, how to juggle both of these roles.
Yeah.
I don't really care about how the world views me. I'm so engrossed in all of these things. But previously, you feel like, oh, how do I look when I go out? Is my makeup on point? Or do I need to touch up? I don't really care sometimes. Like, it's okay. I have to reach somewhere. I'm late. I'm going to make it there.
I think suddenly this line between what's important and what's not
Yeah.
बहुत clear हो जाती है ना.
Yeah.
वो thin नहीं होती है. वो मतलब काफी dark, bold line हो जाती है. Right.
हाँ.
Like your baby is important, health is important.
Exactly. आपके प्रायोरिटीज क्लियर हो जाते हैं.
Set हो जाता है. So I think people struggling with, trying to understand what's not important, and they're like frivolously running after everything should become a parent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Solution: get pregnant. No, but motherhood, I think, it it has made me, like, I think I'm invincible. That's what it has made me feel. Your body has done so much.
Yeah.
I've done so much, gone through the pregnancy and,
Yeah.
that C-section and then breastfeeding journey, taking care of a toddler now. I've done so much and gone back to work, and my work is very, very demanding. It's a very high stake job. And I've done that. Now, I've been back since a year now.
You
Now I
feel
feel
more
like
confident.
I do. It has made me very resilient.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can deal with anything now. Like, I've done so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So
I get that feeling.
yeah, I think motherhood has given me that invincibility.
Yeah. You're like, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You'll have to share your mic with me because he's just hogged it.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I'll just take it. I'll take it when I'm speaking. All right.
Fine.
Okay. Um, मेरा पहला सवाल, like पहला पहला सवाल to you would be, एक परदेश में handling a baby is, because I'm going through it now, right? So this is a very personal question. How do you deal with this? And I'm not even asking like the physical doing things. I'm asking about the mental preparation, the mental load of it. How did you prepare yourself for it? Or rather, was it difficult to, imagine that kind of life? Or how was it imagining versus actually living through?
It's difficult because people like us who've left our comfort zone in back home, and we've just come here and starting everything from scratch. It is difficult. I think how I've survived is I made a solid mental health protection plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not prepare for anything, but I prepared for things like how would I deal with something that goes wrong. I think I prepared for that more than preparing for anything else.
Okay.
I mean, that's always there. There's Google, there's so many websites that will tell you what to do when this happens, or all of that. But I think I had my support system in place. I knew who are my people that I can reach out to, and so I think
So support system matters.
it's yes. Here, yes, they say it takes a village to take care of a baby, so you have to set up your village, use your village and everything. And so I realized that. So I had my mom here, thankfully, and I chose to have a nanny so that I can focus on going back to work.
Yeah.
So that was sorted,
Mm.
even though it's financially very, very stressful.
Yeah.
But I chose to do that. I chose to budget that way so that at least I am protected mentally, and I go back to work and do my own stuff and focus there. And who, like, there were people. You always have someone who you can call at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
which is helpful now because India is
Yeah,
4 a.m. is not really 4 a.m. there. So yeah,
it's really nice
yeah.
that way. Yeah. So with the kind of career that you chose, and can I have that mic? With the kind of career that you chose and the kind of job that you're in, it's extremely demanding and thankless. हम कितना भी बोलें डॉक्टर भगवान है, ये है, वो है, but yeah, I mean है, but putting words and actually living that, the kind of things that you guys do for humanity versus what you are paid for is not in proportion. All right. So choosing that kind of career and choosing to become a mother, now these are two very full-time careers. Okay. So I really want to like talk about the fact, I want, for the people who want to choose that kind of a career. Yes, Raskin, you want to come down? You want to come down?
Should I do my silly dance? He's smiling now.
Yeah. So like for the people who want to like choose that kind of career, and they're contemplating motherhood as well in the same time, because I have a friend who is pursuing her MD in anesthesia, and she's quite sure that she'll not have a child because she's going to go for a DM and things like that. So what do you suggest for them, or what how do you think, because I am of the opinion and our podcast is of the opinion that we should have children, women should have children, okay? And this, look, I'm not saying like a, as a ruling or something, but it's like a thing. You should experience this because your body was made to procreate. You should experience this beauty, okay? But at the same time, those who choose not to, their choice. How do you like, if you make a framework of somebody with your kind of a demanding life and a career would choose something like motherhood, what do you tell them? What would the framework look like?
Well, there are two separate things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both sides. So I have two sides. I'm
Yeah.
a mother and I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
While I'm a mother, I can't be a doctor, obviously, because I'm at home. And with my job, while I'm a doctor, sometimes like, I go through my day without even thinking about my baby once. I know it sounds odd to some people, but I'm so busy and so much is happening. I realized it's 3 or 4. Oh, I wonder what my baby is doing. So there are two separate roles, and as doctors we need to realize that we need to have separate switches. Because if I keep on thinking about, oh, I wonder what my baby is doing, oh, is he okay, has he eaten, I'm not doing justice to the patient on my table, or I'm not just doing justice to that emergency situation I'm in. So I think have a switch is what I would say.
Yeah.
So that it's
But
difficult.
yeah, so that's what I'm going to get to next.
Mhm.
It's really confusing for a lot of women
Yeah.
that I've spoken to also, because motherhood and womanhood is the feminine energy of you.
Mhm.
The feminine energy required to nurture a child and bring up a child is very different from the energy that you're required to pull in, gather at workplace, right? Like the you channel all your concentration and everything at work, and it's very different. You're a leader at work, and you have to be very different at home with the child, with your husband. So they're two very different naturally defined roles, like by nature. You said have a switch.
Yeah.
That switch is not easy to come.
That's not definitely not
It's
easy.
not.
Definitely
All
not
right.
easy.
How did you reach to that switch for you and for people who might also have it more difficult?
I think our training makes us quite
Like doctors.
yeah, I think our training does, because uh, I mean, I'm an anesthetist. I also work in critical care.
Yeah.
So you have 10 beds,
Yeah.
one patient, you lose one patient one day.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of your shift. Let's say that you are approaching your end of the shift and your patient crashes and you lose that patient.
Yeah.
What do you do? Your shift is over, you have to go home, right? When you're young, when you're training, you have to go have dinner, go back to studying.
Yeah.
Get ready for the next day.
Yeah.
So that's what trains us. I mean, you can't it affects us initially. Yes, it's
Yeah.
weird because you keep thinking, you always they say you always remember the face of your first cardiac arrest patient that you did not resuscitate.
Yeah.
So it does happen, but our training makes us so just hardens us. So we do become like very strong people, very strong personalities who then develop that switch. Because if I'm losing a patient, another patient is coming in through the door, I need to shift my focus to that patient. I can't keep thinking about the patient I lost. I need to think about the patient who's alive and I can do something, I can still help that patient. So I think the switch comes from our training, which is so intense and so emotionally demanding. Yeah. So I think that's what, maybe I don't know how everyone else does it. I can only
That's how
speak
it worked for you.
that. Yeah. That's how.
Your training basically is what prepares you to have that switch between motherhood and being this hotshot doctor that you
Yeah.
are.
Hot
Okay.
shot. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because see, to non-medics like me
Mm-hmm.
and our listeners who are non-medics,
Mm-hmm.
you are hotshot because you're saving lives. Um,
You know the part that you said, your friend who's super specializing,
yeah,
and I'm sure she must be so intelligent and has so much of, um, yeah, maybe, high functioning intelligent women overthink quite a lot
yeah,
because they want to be perfect in
yeah,
every role that they are in. Like, you want to be perfect, you want to excel in the exam, you want to ace the exam, because we give a lot of exams, right, forever. But you want to ace that exam, you want to be a great mother, you want to be amazing at your clinical work, you want to research, you want to have this paper published. So there's so many things, and I think, we kind of expect a lot out of ourselves, but we have to, I think, understand that we have to, um, it's not like, if just because I'm a doctor I won't be a mother, because I mean it's just a part of me, and
it's a
that
role.
it's a role that I'm playing, and I play it very well. As I said, when I'm a doctor I don't think about who is at home or what. I'm just focusing on the patient. And
Knowing that your child is safe and healthy and whatever. Yeah,
yes,
in a
yes,
safe environment.
yes, yes.
Okay, I'm jumping off topic. What
Mm-hmm.
we are going right now with.
Mm-hmm.
So I recently spoke to a family therapist of 16 years from the United States. She was a very complex trauma survivor. She was sexually trafficked, and then she became a family therapist, and then she's also a social media influencer, and she's also an entrepreneur running like a nutritional brand and all now, and she's like quite successful in everything, and she has a 10-year-old daughter. She said something. uh, so we were talking about feminine and masculine energy,
Mm.
okay, and we were talking about, we went back to caveman times,
Yeah.
and when men used to hunt and bring, and women used to cook and nurture and whatever. uh, she said, and I'm not able to like get it off my mind. She said women are not supposed to prove themselves. Women were created to just be.
I disagree.
She said women were supposed, like, their existence is enough. They don't need to
That's true.
prove
That's true.
themselves to the society, to themselves, or whoever, because their mere existence creates more existence,
That's very true, actually.
right?
And what
So you don't, like, it has stricken me,
Mm.
like, because we are trained and we are brought up in a way where we want to go out there and get what is there, because we are no less than boys, and we are no less than anyone for that matter, and women have this unique capability of being able to multitask that men lack somewhere, and they are very unitaskers. But at the same time, this has stricken me very well, because it's true in a sense.
It is, yeah. Yeah. But Soumya, if you think of, I'll give you an example of Ma Durga. She is Ma Durga. She has all the powers. She didn't need to prove anything to anyone. But why did she, you know, kill the demon, to the monster, Mahishasura? Because you sometimes have to prove the point that, you sometimes,
जब पाप का घड़ा भर जाता है.
well, yes, because what like, I agree with what that
Andrea,
statement
yeah.
is, that yes, we don't need to prove it to you, but in this day and age, I mean, if you're not financially independent, if you don't have a career, I mean, you are so vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
If the world was not this, not how it is these days, we didn't have to. We could just stay at home and nurture, because that's our very
Innate.
yeah,
Innate role.
yeah, we could. But why are we doing this? To survive, right?
Yeah, because There were men, there were this entire crop of men who were unmotivated, not leaders, who left women, who left them in insecure, vulnerable positions, and from there this roots out. And also, I think our society as a whole uh, ended up respecting the earner, winner more than
Yeah.
the person who's
Procreating.
procreating and taking care of that child for
Yeah.
18 years.
Yeah.
And because visually taking care of a child for 18 years, it's a very slow process. It's not that visually, you know taking that blast.
Yeah.
Whereas bringing in the money, bringing in the bread
Yeah.
every month is very visually, likable, and like that. So when women got to know that, okay, fine, this guy is getting the money, and he's getting the respect, and he's getting that front seat, and he's getting the nicer piece of the chicken in the curry, let's I can do it. I can
Yeah.
also go out and do that.
Yeah.
Right. So I agree to that fact that if the world would not be what it is today, women would, I mean, I would happily choose to be a stay at home mom
Yeah.
if that was not the case. Yeah. And I believe that conversations like these need to happen for more women to realize where they are in life,
Yeah.
to judge and contemplate what they need in life.
See, I don't unpopular opinion, but stay at home moms is also big time work, which is very, very true. What I like, you can be whatever. It doesn't matter what profession you are in. Just do what gives you happiness, no matter how small, how big that is, and be financially independent. Enough to protect yourself when something goes wrong. I think that's what it is. I mean, um, seeing my mom who was a homemaker, and I lost papa at a very young age, and I'm a single. I'm the only child. So I really realized that that really hit me when you lose someone young who is the main breadwinner of the family. And my mom was like, everything was taken care for her. She hardly ever ventured out and did stuff. I mean, suddenly everything was such a task, and it's so emotional, like, so emotionally challenging.
It is.
And if she was like, working, had her own thing, it would have been easier.
Much easier,
Definitely
much
easier.
easier, much easier.
Yeah. So it's about financial independence.
More largely so.
Yeah, yeah. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you're doing something that you gives you happiness, and that's helping you being financially secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Motherhood also comes with like identity shift, right? And identity theft for yourself. Like I did, um, there is, like, for me, because I was not what you traditionally would call like a mother.
Yeah.
Okay, I was not this girl. I was not this girl at all. And I never imagined myself being this mother.
Yeah.
Okay. I never imagined thinking about my child's meal, and because I'm very into it. What When I get into things, I get like very into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want like his meals to be perfectly nutritionally balanced.
That was the
and
perfection I was talking about. High functioning women.
Yes, I have that problem. Okay.
Yeah.
So he was a surprise child. Okay. Quite a pleasant one. So I imagine if he wasn't a surprise child, I would be contemplating motherhood forever.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Seriously. Because I think and I overthink. And I do, because I get into things, and then I'm like so engrossed into it, and I want to like do it like the best way possible. And it's not healthy. I'm telling you, it's not healthy. Like,
Yeah, it's not.
the areas that I go to, it's not healthy. How do you deal with this?
How to
Like, how do you deal with the fact that you want to feed your child good meals, you want him to be screen free, you also want him to be like culturally
Yeah.
engaged, you want him to have good values, you want him to be kind, and you want all the things for your baby. Okay. And there was a recent research, I'll tell you, this is crazy, Barnila. Women in the US in the how much time women in the US in the 1960s and 70s, like homemakers, were spending directly with their child was less than what moms are spending today, who are also working outside, because women today are doing double the work.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They talk about a good mother. Are you a good mother?
Yeah.
So I think the definition has totally changed. We can never be the mothers that our mothers were. You can't really compare. You can't compare yourself with your mom, who did so much and so diligently, because the world has changed,
Yeah.
and the stress levels have changed, and there's so
Priorities have changed, I
priorities
guess.
have changed. Yes, so you can't really define yourself, compare yourself with that and say, oh, I'm not doing a good job. I think how I do it is I decide. I just,
There's a bottom
I
line.
set
Is it?
set myself like realistic, achievable goals with a relaxed timeline.
So you don't want to like do all of it? You want to do some of it, or do you want to like do all of it but
In my own time. I want to have it all, that's
Yeah.
for sure. I'm
Okay.
not someone who settles for
like anything less
mediocrity.
than all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in my like I'm someone who wants to have it all.
Yeah.
But
So that'll bring me to my next question. You complete this, then I'll come to the next question.
yeah, so I'm someone who wants, like, I want to pass this exam, do this course, be a fantastic, everyone should say, oh, amazing, great, that
Appreciation,
yeah,
yeah.
hunger for that. There is that thing. And also I want to be a good mother, be with my baby. I want him to be bilingual, teach him that and that. All of that goals I do
Yeah.
have. But like, I do realize that I have to have some realistic,
Yeah.
achievable goals.
Yeah.
But as I said, I want to have it all, but I want to do it in my time. I want to set the time frame, because obviously I'm not a superwoman. I won't do everything. I won't be perfect in everything I do. Yeah, so
Wow. So realistic goals, realistic deadlines,
yeah.
that work, right? So I am like the queen of unrealistic expectations.
I was as well.
I am
can be.
totally.
Yeah.
But this guy is like the biggest teacher of them all that I've ever had. He's teaching me day in day out. Like because every day is different with babies, right? I am thinking, okay, ये इसका schedule हो चुका है, अभी ये इतने बजे उठता है, इतने बजे सोता है, next day.
Yeah.
So you can't plan like the next day based on today, right? And I've been doing that from past 6 months, and I'm frustrated. And my friend Chanda, who's like my partner, the other mother of podcast, she's like, Ruskin, tell mama every day is not the same. And because I overshoot, okay, let's plan 3 podcasts a day, let's record 3, edit 2, and let's start posting.
And I'll just do it.
Yeah, and just do it, because Ruskin
I'm a
sleeps
pro.
sleeps like 3 hours a day, and the next day he'll not take one nap, and I am dead by the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, right? The expectations sahi set karni hai.
See, I don't know. I don't know if this is, like, I'm just telling you what works for me
Yeah.
and how I'm doing it. That's it. I don't know if it. Yeah.
Basically what you're telling is reality. Okay. मैं अपने दिमाग में कुछ भी कहानी पका लूं, पर रियलिटी तो रियलिटी
मैं भी
रहेगी.
खूब पकाती हूँ. हाँ, कहानी तो बहुत पकाते हैं, but when you ask me a question and I think of an answer, I think that's what comes out. That I give myself like goals that I
But you
want.
do make like big plans, and like
I do, yes.
like I'll do this, I'll achieve that, and this and that, and this.
So
and that.
that's my all, like, have it all. So that's my all. So that's there. Vision
That's
board.
gonna happen.
That's gonna happen. But I can't expect myself to do it now. Yeah. So I have, in my career as well, I'm giving myself time. to achieve certain things, to progress.
Slowly.
Yeah, my career progression could have been even better,
Okay.
but I've chosen not to
take a
progress.
pause.
Yeah, not to take this up or that up, so that because I know I can't do justice. But if I, yeah, so
I get it.
that's what I mean.
I get it. I totally get it. So there's a question that I generally ask mothers who come on this podcast is, can a woman have it all?
Yes, they can have it all, but
Not all at the same time.
not all at the same time. You can't be like, I can't say I want to be an astronaut, I want to go to moon, because I can't. Yeah. If you say, oh, okay, you can go to the moon, but you have to do this, you have to train, you have to do this. Yes, you can have a plan and you can make that.
Maybe when your child is like a teenager, then you can think of it.
You can work towards it, right? So
Yeah.
you can have, okay, if that's what you really want to be, you can be, but you can't have it now. So you can have it all, mothers can have it all, but in their
Not
own
all
time.
at once.
Not all at once, yes.
So there'll be like phases when you have to
Yeah.
be
And it's like-
happy with something else
yeah.
and then be happy with something else.
Yeah, seasons
Seasons.
in life. So like with me, to give an example, if it's exam season, I am maybe not a very good mother, and my husband takes up that role and does a lot
Of the
to
parenting.
help me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't be the same during that time. Yeah. If I have something important tomorrow at work, I'm teaching or presenting or have a project going on, I really need to have deadlines.
Yeah.
I need to sit down that evening and do my whatever.
Yeah.
I can't be with my mother, unfortunately, that evening, but it's okay.
Yeah. But that doesn't define you. Of course not.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So, okay. I want to talk to you about social media.
Mhm.
Okay. Because it's a very influential part of our lives now, right? And also about how we're bringing up our child. I'm asking you this question because social media during my pregnancy led me to believe, not exactly believe, but led me to have a lot of unrealistic expectations. Okay.
Mhm.
Because people on social media show like this really amazing side of their life, and they just cut out and edit out all the darker things, the not so accomplished part of their lives. And you know this, but you still tend to fall for that 30 second of wow visuals, right? Parenting in times of social media is difficult at the same time as it's easy because
Yeah.
you have information at fingertips,
Yeah.
but filtering that
Yeah.
is difficult.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that? Has this been an issue for you, or has social media helped you in your journey as a mother or whatever?
Definitely has. You can't say. I mean, you can't ignore social media, can you? And I like social media. I like it. I mean, I love Instagram. I love it for the. Are you asking? You like social media too? You say, yeah. So it has taught me, like, there are so many hacks and stuff that I learned from social media, and I could just Google when I'm stuck with something, like it'll show you like a trick or a hack to do with babies and toddlers. But the important stuff, I think I always go by a scientific explanation. You have to really convince me that there's evidence, about of something. Yeah, I won't just fall for something that I have to have an evidence of, is this working, or why is it wrong to do, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I have a medical partner and you have a non-medical partner. All right. Having a medical partner has a doctor partner has made me a lot more methodical.
Mhm.
Okay, because that's how he thinks, right? And I have made him a little more whatever, flamboyant. Yes, right. So how is it for you, like, when you parent your baby, are you guys on the same page on things?
Yeah, I think we have a great team effort going on. Our parenting goals are very well aligned, thankfully. Yeah, I think we know what to do, what we want to make him into, and how we want to do that.
Yeah.
We think we've got it. Time will tell, but yeah, we both want to,
Can you give me an example? Like what?
like screen free. He's like very, he absolutely doesn't want him to watch the phone. And yeah, and we try that. We want him to, we're raising him bilingual because we think it's very important. Yeah, that's another example. We really try, although he does, I mean, we have to really try hard to raise someone bilingual when you're in a different country, isn't it? We have to persist. So both of us have to be talking to him in Odia. We are Odias. So we both of us have to do that, because if I talk to him in Odia and he talks to him in English, he's gonna be, so we're trying that. We try to tell him the same sentence in English and the same sentence in Odia. That's how we do it. And he's doing very well, very good at it. Yeah, I think he is, we are quite aligned that ways. Of course, he doesn't understand the medical bit of it, so he just leaves it to me. That oh my God, he has fever. What do we do? And you deal with that, which is good. I'm more skilled. Wow. But he's also made me like, I've learned a lot from him. In the sense that as you said, perfectionism. He's taught me that I will do tomorrow. We'll try tomorrow. It's okay. It's okay if it's not happening. It's fine. It's all right. So I'm a bit like, yeah, okay, fine. It's okay.
Wow, that's beautiful. That comes from Pushkin to me. It's the other way around with me. He is a lot more kinder to me and himself. Like, I'm not kind to myself. Like, I want to be like what I want to be, and now I want to do what I want to do.
It's the XX chromosome.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, that's quite like assuring to hear.
Isn't it? Yeah. I think it's just how we are.
He's the one who tells me it's okay, it's all right.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll see it. And things like that. And to be very honest, I even ask him to like tell me when I'm doing it too much, because I don't have that marker. I don't know when to stop. And I'll overtire myself, and I'll like go to a verge where I'll be almost like on the verge of a breakdown, and then I'll not realize it. Right.
But that's partnership, isn't it? That's what it is. You can predict what the other person's vices are and flaws are. You can you can support them.
So, talking about that, a big part of how your married life, your parenting journey, your womanhood is going to be like depends on your partner and how you choose the partner. Okay? And what are like your criterias of choosing a partner? Like, I personally believe that though our biological clock wants us to have children earlier and whatever, but as a society, getting married at even 30, I feel, is young. I don't know why. Because you're not that balanced in your mind. And I feel like people choose partners based on the situation that they are in currently, and 10 years later sometimes they feel like, okay, he's not what he was, or like maybe this is not working out or whatever. So how do you think, like, a modern woman, a woman of 2024, now 2025, probably 2025, is should look at choosing a partner? And I'm not talking about the love marriages, and I'm not talking about the college sweethearts. I'm talking about if somebody's logically at an age where she's deciding to settle down, and what should like her criterias be, or do you think there should actually be criterias, or should it just be like out of your gut? What do you think about this, choosing a partner?
I'm not a very out of my gut person. So I don't know. I don't understand. Like, I'm such a scheming. Sorry, I might come across as a very. I like to-do list. I can't do anything out of my gut, except maybe traveling. But no, not even that. I have to have a plan. I don't know how you do that out of gut. Get married to someone. I think for me it's like so scary.
Mine was a very gut feeling marriage.
Well, I did. So mine was an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
So more than gut feeling, it was a praying for it to work. So I don't know what my gut was telling me, but I really liked him, and I had I think I've spoken about this before. I told you the whole story. I'm not going to repeat it, but I had a checklist. Um,
You know what? Whoever comes to the podcast and has a checklist of various sorts, we ask them to give it. Okay?
Yeah.
We ask them to give it for our listeners.
Yeah.
Please give us your checklist.
Oh, it's been so long, but yeah, I don't.
What was it like? What was it like?
It was like, I knew that it was an arranged marriage on a matrimonial platform, and our first conversation went on for hours and hours and hours, and I thought it would be over within an hour, but we were just talking about things, and he came across as a very relaxed, very easygoing person.
Yeah.
So that was on my checklist. Yeah,
Yeah.
shouldn't be like very uptight and everything.
Should be kind of person. Like this should be like that should be like that. Not like okay, things are okay. That kind of person.
Yeah. He was quite smiley. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm also I can't stop smiling sometimes. So yeah. So like, but these are all silly stuff I'm saying. But the important things were, I did not want. So he's not. I knew that he was not a doctor.
Yeah.
And I did not want to let go of my profession at any cost.
Okay.
At that time I was not specialized. So I was like, my husband should not stop me from achieving what I want to achieve. Some people say, "Arey, ye kar lo, ya phir koi non-clinical subject kar lo," because they want to focus on their family, which is good if someone is interested in that subject. But I was not. I wanted a proper,
Clinical,
adrenaline, where I am. I wanted that kind of a thing, and he was like, that was on my checklist. You shouldn't stop me from what I want to do, and he was completely okay with it. And in so many years, I've realized that he's actually more ambitious than what I am, and he has like bigger goals for himself, and he works really, really hard. So that has really worked for us. That was on the checklist.
Okay. So, a question before you go ahead. So when you say like he has bigger goals for himself and he's like more so ambitious, do two super ambitious people work together well?
We are. We are, yes, but yeah, I mean, we're doing fine.
Yeah.
And I think it's super ambitious people derive a lot of their happiness from their ambitions as well. So I think that works. It's not like we're looking at each other all the time
For all
the good stuff in
validation
life.
and
Yeah,
everything,
exactly. So yeah, and he also inspires me to work really hard. He works very hard.
Yeah.
Very, very hard. And he constantly pushes me to do this, do that. Why don't you do this? And
Wow.
so I think it's okay.
Wow. Something to think about. That's really nice. Pushing each other, deriving validation from more than just the partnership.
Yeah, but sometimes I hate that. He has an Excel sheet for everything, like goals, and I don't understand Excel sheets, so that's what annoys me. He had. Why don't you tell us about it? Yes. Yeah. Do you like Excel sheets? No, they're not nice. Yeah, so he made a life goal planner for me when I think we were first year of marriage. It's like this, you're doing this. This is how you're going to achieve it. This is what you need to do, how to achieve it.
Oh, I want to meet him. I really like these people, because I am not that. I need somebody to do that for me.
No, and thankfully he stopped, because I was like, I go mad. I don't know, so he no more makes such Excel sheets for me.
Can you ask him to make one for me?
Definitely, he'll do a very good job at it.
Thank you. Please do.
Excel sheets for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
like
want
that.
him to. I want him to make one for our listeners as well. Like a life goal sheet, sort of something. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, he can do that. He's very good at it.
Yeah. All right.
He has
Let's do that then. Yeah. Wow.
I don't like that part, but the others, yes.
Wow, amazing. And okay, so what do you do for joy? Tell me, like as a woman, not as a mom, not as a doctor,
Like as myself,
as yourself, what you do for
I
joy.
sing.
You do?
I'm a trained Indian classical singer, and
Wow.
I miss singing now because in India, um,
Yeah, you sing like
I
that.
sang all through my, you yourself are a trained
Yeah.
singer. Did for 5 years of all of that training and performing.
Yeah.
Then went to med school where I did also perform.
Yeah.
I danced more than I sing actually.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, I always sang. There was opportunities to sing, go on stage, and
You're going to sing at the end of this podcast.
I would love to.
Yeah,
Yes, why not?
please.
But and then when I moved to another country,
Yeah.
I really missed performing. So, but I
Wow.
still sing for joy because I miss it.
Yeah.
And when we were working through COVID,
Yeah.
I was working in one of the busiest ICUs here. I was
Wow.
in Addenbrooke's that
Yeah.
time, which was very, very busy. It was like the regional referral centers. It was just busy. So I would come back home exhausted, and I was just sing, and that would make me feel better. So that's my joy, yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of Instagram.
I'm
Shopping.
pleased. Yeah?
Mindless shopping.
Yeah?
Do you do that? I'm sure you do.
Actually not.
No?
I don't like buying things. I like I'm more of like a collector sort of a person. I want like very unique things, and
Yeah.
like I don't want to just go and buy off things. I'm not that kind.
Yeah. No, I wish I was that. Yeah, I do a lot of mindless.
And a lot of my not being able to shop comes from the fact that I don't know how to maintain and organize stuff, and I get overwhelmed with clutter.
Mm.
So I don't want to bring in things.
You can always donate.
Yeah, that's what I'm just reading this book called Declutter, so I'm figuring out things. Wow, nice. And Vanilla, like, so we're like almost at the end of this podcast, so I'm really asking this question to every woman that I'm making. I'm so sorry.
Ask it.
So I'm asking this question to every woman I'm meeting is how connected are you to your feminine energy? Like both male and females have a part of feminine and a part of masculine, both of us, both of the genders. How connected would you say you are to your feminine energy before childbirth and after childbirth? Like, was there a difference that you felt in being connected with yourself, with the female part of yourself, like the part that enjoys the little things, the part that enjoys the subtle things of life?
Never really thought of that. It's a very interesting question.
Yeah, because I, for one, have proudly called myself a tomboy for a very long period of my life. And pregnancy was step one of realizing that this feminine energy that we talk about, we read about, which is the creator energy, in the modern woman, this energy is at a constant conflict with the masculine, because the modern woman tends to lean more towards the masculine energy, because masculine energy is the energy that is like the go-getter, get this thing sorted, logical, to-do lists. All of this comes from the masculine side of us, right? The feminine energy is more about creating, more about nurturing, more about taking care, more about understanding, right? And just being.
Yeah.
So how do you think? What do you think?
I think yeah. Now that you've
Defined it.
Yeah, you've defined it. I think with motherhood, yes, much more of the much more of the caring stuff and nurturing stuff has definitely. I mean, I never
Thought
it's
of
a
it that way.
life, and
Yeah.
you've created it, and you see so much of yourself
Yeah.
in that
Oh, yeah,
life,
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it? And
That's
yeah, that you want to make them the best human being. You want to Yeah, definitely. And I never we never think of all of this, do we, before
Yeah.
we become mothers?
No, we
Yeah, I
don't.
think yeah, a lot of the feminine side. Although I was quite feminine before, but I never really that motherhood does come with all of that. But I
Yeah.
think it's important to have a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I, for one, was not. I was totally in my masculine energy. Yeah, I was not. So this has come as a realization, and it is easier, for yourself to realize that. All right, Truskin, we will.
Oh,
He's
he's like
yeah.
enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough. You women. Yes. Yes. What do you think about women? Is mommy a good mother? Are you a good baby? Yes.
He's like, guys, leave
I'm
me.
the best baby. My mom is the best mother. Yeah.
Give me your spectacles now. Enough.
This is the mother of podcasts. This podcast is available on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Connect with us on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook.